we were talking about we talked about installation and
Yeah.
a little bit about Ansible and the configuration files.
Yeah.
So today we are going to talk about our ad-hoc commands, how to use modules and on the command line so that we can manage multiple machines.
I noticed if there's no local repository setup,
Mhm.
is Ansible will not even when you install rip EPEL,
Yes.
it's not gonna work until you get the local repository set up. So what package is used in that local repository? Is that a Python?
Yeah,
Because
Python is written. Other than that, if without using the local repository, it doesn't go on the online repository directly.
but
First, it checks for the packages in the local repository, or you can say the base OS or base OS and app stream location.
okay, there's a package that's gonna make it sync with the 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 distro that you're using to make it sync, or how would I put it?
Yeah, mainly like it looks for the packages which are available for the base operating system. So without those packages, it doesn't go on any other packages. Even if
Oh,
you go for the AWS repository, AWS server, there they have configured a repository which is
mhm.
take the package from online, but those repository location are for base OS and app stream content. After
Oh,
that, you can configure EPEL and everything.
okay. I wish I know. How can I? Is there any way I can get to know what type of repository is picked from the local repository? Is there any way I know that?
I didn't get the question. Like, know what?
Yeah, any way that I can like find or I mean be able to get all the dependency used in the local repository?
The dependencies that it is fetching from the local repository.
Yes. Is there any way I can know? I can get that?
Yeah, yeah. It will show us the name from which repository it is fetching the package.
Okay.
It will show us the name.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, let's wait for it to start. Let's start it.
The last time I mistakenly I forgot the time settings of in Texas. I was
Mhm.
thinking it's 1 hour. I missed it. I set up the alarm. I'm like, oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I had like waited for around 15 minutes. Then my colleague was saying, "Let's go outside." So I said to him that let's wait for
Okay.
15 minutes if TJ joins. So then when you messaged me, I was like, I closed the office and then we went for a stroll.
Wow. I forgot to delete my instance the last time I turn up an instance on my AWS and I get charges for $10.
So it was not under free tier, the account.
It's not. Yeah, yes, I just try to do some just do some things, Ansible, and I forget to delete it.
Right.
It charged me $10 now. It's still running. I'm like, I'm not an enterprise.
Right. If it goes too high, just close the account.
Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness. Terminate instance. Bye bye. And it's been a long time, like 1 hour, 1 year. I never opened it, and no no charges, like $0 something cents. But this time I just forget. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, where we? Okay, some people you're telling them there's no training.
Yes, I had another like after 1.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so our machines have started and let's log in, root, password, and we have two machines here. Okay. One is for command line and uh, another one is in graphical.
Desktop. Yep.
So we'll use the command line one as the
Control node
manage host,
or
and
manage.
yes, and the graphical one will be used as
Control.
control. Okay, so let's change the name as well. This will
So the
be
control node is where my Ansible server lives, right?
yes, where Ansible need the package will be installed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for the manage host, what we are gonna do here is we want to take two machines as managed host. So what we have here is that this manage host will be the first one. As for the second one, we'll use the control node as a managed machine as well. Got the
Why?
point? Okay.
How do you
So
do that?
we just need to use the IP address like what Ansible is doing. Ansible doing here
Okay, I
is
see. I see. I get your point.
yeah. So
You just use it at the same thing as the manager. That's
right. So like the package will be installed on the control node, and in the inventory file we'll make entries for two IPs.
two
One will
IPs.
be the manage host machine and one will be of the control node machine.
Control. Okay.
It will treat this machine as control node, the left one, and manage host as well, whereas the second one will be only treated as managed host. Okay, so let's go here and let me check whether the package is here or not. Okay, rpm-q Ansible. So it is not installed. Let's see whether repo is configured or not. Okay, the repo is there. We need to configure the EPEL repo.
So every class you always delete some things, right?
In AWS?
Do you no in your virtual machines?
Mm-hmm.
Do you always like set up like cron tab jobs to wipe them out, or how do you do that? Or when you are taking the
I
class, that's when you delete it.
I clean them as soon like when the class is over, I just remove them. And
Okay,
in the next session, I just create it again.
okay. Is there any command? Because I've been trying this. I can in Ubuntu. If I click Control Alt Terminal, Control Alt T, it opened my terminal. But in Red Hat, there's nothing like that. Do you have any command?
To directly open the terminal.
Yeah, the terminal. Yeah, Control Alt T for Ubuntu, but in Red Hat, I haven't seen one.
So just a sec. Let's install this first. And
So do you guys take IPM class, like PMI class?
PMI, no.
No.
First time I heard about it. What it is.
Yeah, that's a project management.
Okay.
Because doing this, I'm trying to go for DevOps, right? And after this, if I'm proficient a little bit here, I wonder if you guys can take me AWS. I think you're good at AWS, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm seeing something hacking as well. You're good at white hats and something like that.
Yeah, mainly the ethical hacking part a little bit, but like right now, just a minute.
Okay, not so much. Okay. So I'm trying to package all those my training together to be able to get into DevOps.
Mm-hmm.
So and I need project management as well, certification to back it up.
Right.
Yeah.
I like they might be providing. I'm not sure about project management PMI service.
Okay. Yeah, I can get that in some as
Yeah.
well. But AWS, you guys are strong at AWS, right? I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So like Solomon, you must Solomon, you know, right?
Hey, hello, Solomon. Yes.
Yeah, he was also asking about this. Yes, like yesterday.
Aha.
Like
I mean,
really.
we understand what we want. You understand?
Mm.
So when we see the resources, we know, oh, this is what I want because we know
Right.
where we're going. So I have my bachelor degree in cybersecurity, information system security.
Mm.
So I have CCNP, which has been expired though. CCNA, it has expired, but I mean, the background is there. So
Right.
with that Ansible, you'll be able to manage all the Cisco, whatever is part of the CCNP, the new CCNP curriculum. So
Mm-hmm.
all those things work, they work together.
Right. No, he was like,
Automations.
he was asking for like, what should I go for next with the security part? So I said him that you can go with the cyber security part a little bit, ethical
Yeah,
hack, everything.
security. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
So
did a
he
little.
asked me, do you teach?
Do you teach? Okay, you teach cybersecurity.
So I was like, no, I just got over it around like a couple of months ago. So I'm not that proficient. So he was also saying that once
Okay.
you get proficient, then teach me.
I always see the Kali Linux. You good at Kali Linux as well?
Yeah, I used that in that mainly the ethical one, but
Okay,
like
because
I
Kali
haven't
Linux
got
is
the
used
hands on it.
for hacking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, just okay.
You'll be there. All
So
right.
Yeah, we install the package here, rpm-q Ansible. Again, okay, we installed the repository. We need to install the package now. Ansible. So say here, it will tell you from which
Okay.
repository it is fetching.
Bezos. Okay, got it. Oh, Python 3. I see now.
Yep.
Okay, Python 3. Hmm.
So only like 1, 2, 3,
Which Python
4,
comes
5.
with Ansible then? Which Python comes with Ansible? I know it comes with Ansible, right? Or it
Yeah,
doesn't?
like it needs higher version than 2.7. From
Mm.
Python 2.7 or higher, you can use any version of
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay. Okay, I see. EPL repository.
Say yes, and then it will download the package.
Is there any command to verify this after the installation? This is the to get those package.
Yeah, you can like check using RPM,
Okay,
RPM
RPM.
hyphen Q, or you can try installing those packages, or you can check installed packages in your system. Okay, let's wait for it to be installed. So mainly like when we get the modules here, so if we use those modules one by one on the command line, those will
Mhm.
be called as ad-hoc commands. Just like what we used to check the connectivity, we used ping command to check the connectivity, ping module to check the connectivity.
Can you come again? You said when we use command module in Ansible, that's when we
Yeah,
use Ad-hoc.
and that's what we call an ad-hoc command. Like if we are
Ad-hoc.
using only a single module, that
Uh-huh.
will be called a ad-hoc command.
Ad-hoc command.
So
Okay.
most of the configuration, when you are planning to do the configuration in a project, you will not be using ad hoc commands that much. You will only
Okay.
use ad hoc when you want to like only check whether the work has been performed or not.
Okay.
So if we want to display, or you can say if we want to check all the modules, we can use Ansible doc -l, and let's take the output in less. Okay, so these are the modules that are available.
Mm.
Starting from A, if we just scroll down, there will be modules like this one. We have module when we schedule the job using add command. So if you want to schedule a job using Ansible via add command, you will use this add module. If we scroll down, you will get modules for AWS. If we want to create virtual machines on AWS on EC2, we
Really?
can. Yes, really.
For my look, are you serious? Connect to AWS and create an instance
Correct. But
with
here
what
we
about
need
configurations? Are you gonna
but
indicate your configurations?
we need those like the AMI ID we need the and that
Okay.
security group
Wow.
ID we will need.
I mean, we're gonna do that. Do that. You have to do that example.
Yeah, we'll do that. No worries. So then Azure is also here.
Wow, that's Windows.
Yep, Microsoft
Mm.
Azure, the cloud, and I'm not sure about
BGIP,
this.
BGIP server. Damn.
BGIP, what it like? It is also a
Big IP,
cloud.
big IP. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And let's just scroll.
Lot of
And
stuff.
see, so these were only till B. Then from here it starts with C and it will go on up to Z. So
Lot of stuff there.
just like this, we will have package. We will have modules which will be used for managing the CCNA devices as well. Right. If we want to search anything here, we can just put slash and let's search it.
CCNA.
Not
CCNA?
found. Sorry,
No.
not CCNA.
Cisco or iOS.
So Cisco
Okay,
is here.
Cisco. Okay, okay. To Cisco FTD. What is FTD devices?
I'm not sure about those. Let's go on iOS mainly. Here they are.
Okay.
These are the modules which will be used for managing the
The
Cisco
router
device.
switches, Cisco
Yes.
device.
So either we can directly use commands, we can directly run commands from here on multiple devices, or we can configure the interfaces. Okay. If we want to check connectivity, we will use IUS ping.
Okay.
So for now, we want to check this ping module. So if we only write ping and then enter, so wherever ping is written, it will highlight that particular.
Even have a
So we
Junos ping as well. NXOS, that's Cisco as well.
and this one.
A ping. That's
So
the regular ping.
correct.
Python connect to OS, verify usable Python. Okay.
So if we
Awesome.
want to like look for a particular module, like we got the module name that is ping, and we want to check that module, what's the information written in that. Ansible doc space ping. Instead of -l, we will write ping, and it will open that particular module. The options or the parameters that we attributes that we can use there. And if we scroll down, we'll also get some examples.
Okay.
So here, Ansible, then name of the group from the inventory file, then
Right.
-m and the module name. So we can also change the order. We can put the module name first, then the name of the group on which we want to run it. So let's go out and check the IP of our system. So ifconfig IP is 192.168.136. Let's check the IP of the CLI machine. So root password ifconfig. So this one have IP address 128. Okay. Now we are here. Let's create a directory on slash, and we'll do all our work in that directory. First, we need to create the ansible.cfg, and we need to provide the defaults parameters. So defaults, then first would be inventory, and the inventory file will be in current location. So dot slash, and the name of that file would be inventory. Then
But we haven't created the inventory file.
yes, we'll create it
Okay.
after this.
Okay. So one more thing. The inventory, is that the same thing as host as well? Hosts.
Yes, there they name the file as host. Here we are naming the file as inventory.
Okay, we're just naming that inventory. Okay.
Yes. Then next is our remote user. So that will be root and ask_pass.
So if I want to use a local user as remote user, I can just, instead of you, root, right?
Yeah, we can. We will use those local user as well. We will try using that and see what happens.
Okay.
So first, here the last parameter, that is ask_pass, we have set it as false. So that means we need to do the key-based authentication between the systems.
Right.
Let's save this first and now do the key-based authentication. So SSH hyphen keygen to generate the key pair, and then SSH hyphen copy ID root at the rate IP address is first one is 128. The key has been copied, and the second one is 136, our own machine.
Right.
And here we have also copied the key pair. Okay. Now, if we, okay, one more thing, we need to create the inventory file.
I have a question. I tried to copy a key to some to my team, one of the team clients at work, but it's not going through. What could be the problem?
You
I did
tried
it to my
copying it.
laptop, it went through, but to the team client, which I'm trying to manage, is not going through. What happened? And it's a Linux, mini Linux, Amazon Linux distro on it. What could be the problem?
There, either the when you log in on those machines, how you log in
Mhm.
on to those machines with password or some a key pair.
Yes, I'm trying to transfer. I haven't
Hmm.
log in on this device itself. So I need to
Okay,
log in on the device.
no, you need to you need the password of those device first. Only then you'll be able to send the key pair, or you need the key pair if it is an AWS server. In that case, they will provide you with the key pair to log in. So you need that key pair while you are sending your own key pair so that it can do the authentication. Like, let me just deploy a server here, AWS. Sign in.
I can ping from the host and I can SSH from the host, but
Yeah.
sending it shouldn't be a problem though.
So
I created
when you are doing SSH, how you are doing SSH? Like how you are accessing?
SSH team client, which is the way we SSH. It's SSH TC at that IP address.
Mm,
Then we log and it asks of our username and password. We put it in.
it asks for password, and it's
Yes,
still okay. So the key are not being copied, or the key has been copied, but it is not working.
it's been copied. I mean, it's not work. It's not going through at all. You know, if we say it's been copied, one key has been copied, it didn't say anything like that. It was just hanging while I put the password. That's it.
Okay. Send me the error, like what's the actual error that it is displaying? Because like if the key has been copied,
Mm-hmm.
then if after copying the key it is not working, then it might be the issue with the configuration of SSH.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if the file is not being copied, then we need to look for the issue. What could be the issue?
Mm. Yeah, until I get to work on Sunday. On Sunday, I will simulate it again and send it.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Okay, so let's use this server as well. We have deployed it here anyway. So copy this IP. So now in inventory, we can write 3 IP addresses.
Okay.
First, let's create a group dev. Second, let's create a group test. And third, let's create AWS.
Okay.
In dev, we are gonna keep the server, which is the CLI machine.
Mm.
In test, we are gonna use 192.168.47.136, our own machine,
Is that 447 or 147?
only for sir.
Okay, 47. Yeah.
Yes. And let's create one more group Let's use it as development test and admin.
So where do
Yeah,
you use the I column? Yes, I want to ask. I
yes.
think this column var. Where do you use that one?
That one will be used when we want to provide default variables, default login credentials for the route.
Okay, okay. That's oh my goodness. Oh man, you're too much, man. I forgot. Yeah. Test. What about AWS?
So like, yeah. So what we did here is we just created a nested group. So
Nested
the
group.
group name
Yes.
is admin, and in admin only these two groups will be there.
Will be there. Okay.
So if we want to perform anything on these two groups, instead of putting their name separately, we will just directly
Just
put
use
admin.
admin, right?
So let's save it and first check it. Ansible -m ping on all machines. So on the
So which?
AWS one, it is accessing the first time.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, and then
So what
we
happened there?
got this error because the key pair is not sent on the AWS machine. We only sent the key pair. We only did the key-based authentication on the two local machines. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we want to do the key-based authentication on AWS machine as well, and we need to do it. So first we need to enable the password authentication. Let's connect. Okay, so in etc sshd, wait, and here if we go down, so if the in your case, if the key has been copied, then this particular parameter might be set as no. So just change it as
Oh,
yes.
okay. 2 years. So on the local machine,
Hmm.
SSH key, I should go there and do no, right?
No, you need to set it as yes, so that
Oh,
it can do the
yes. Oh,
key-based
okay.
authentication.
Password
Yes,
authentication, yes. Okay.
yes. So password authentication will also be set as yes, and the key-based will also be set as yes.
Yes. Okay.
And if we reboot the system service now, reload SSHD with sudo.
Oh, I think I I know what's the problem. I
You
change
did
it.
your sudo?
I change it,
Okay.
but I didn't refresh
Hmm.
the service.
Okay.
That might be
That
the
might be the issue.
okay, I'll try that.
Okay, so let's go on our control node again and SSH copy ID on root at the rate. Okay. We also need to set the password for root. So pass wd root, and yeah, that's it. So root at the rate IP address is 3.111. Enter. The key has been copied,
Hmm.
and let's try to ping again on all machines.
Bang, nice.
So we were able to access it via Ansible. Okay.
Hmm.
Next is, let's say we want to run any command on the remote machines on the managed host and check the output of those commands.
Hmm.
So we have a module for that. If you want to look for it, go to Ansible doc
Yeah,
-l and here grab
okay.
the content. So
Good.
what we want to do is we want to run a command. So let's try to run a command. Run search command parameter
Module.
or keyword. So we got too many command text here. So if you want to run a command, execute a command on Windows node, you will use this underscore command. If we go up, router ROS, MikroTik routers you want to manage, you can use this one. If we go up and for iOS command, we have
Will
this.
you know how many years Red Hat has been working on this package before they can bring everything together? That's crazy. Hey,
Like they have everything, you can
everything.
imagine.
I can't imagine, man. Targets.
Where did it go? Yeah. So here we have this command, and if we see here, if you want to run a command on
Targets.
CLI based network devices, you can use this. So let's use this module, copy, and check the details for this one. So Ansible -doc, and we want to check the details about command module. So command enter. So what this module will do, it will run whatever command you have written there on the manage host. Okay, so if you want to check examples, you can scroll down in this page, and here they are. So the module name is command, and whatever command you want to write, you will directly write it here. So these register and arguments are different things, so we'll talk about them later. So if we want to use this command module right now on the managed host, okay, so that will be Ansible -m for module. We want to use which module?
Command
module. Then we want to provide attributes in that module. So -a, okay, -a for attribute, and in double inverted commas, you will write the command that you want to run. So let's say we want to check the time and date of all the systems. Let's use date and then on all machines.
So the command has to be in a coded in a code.
Yes, in double inverted commas, it needs to be in that. So see here, on the AWS machine, the timing is 13:43, the UTC time, and here on both of these, the time was in IST, and if you see here, there was a delay of 1 second.
Right.
Because first it ran on this one, then it ran on this one. Or if we want to like check the host name of the machine, so instead of date, we will write, we want to run host name command.
Host name, CTR. Okay, that's host name.
Just host name. So 3 different machines, 3 different host names here.
Wow. Okay. What is the RC? The RC dash is equal to 0.
RC is mainly like when we got some error from there. When we are running a module, we'll get an error, we'll get the output like we have changed something, or
like 1. Okay.
Yes, 1 or 0. If we have changed something, it will be different. But this command is only checking the output. It is running the command and fetching
0.
something.
Okay.
So this was the first module that the command module. Now with this command module, you can run any command you want on the system. You want to check the details from etc host, or you want to get the last 3 lines of etc passwd.
Passwd.
Here we got on AWS, the last user is EC2-user. On this 128 machine, it is Lucky. On this one, it is Lucky India and Jaipur. Okay. Now we want to create a user on all the machines using Ansible. So let's look for the module again, Ansible -doc pipe -l pipeline and then grep user. So here it is, manage user accounts. Okay. So Ansible -doc user. These are the attributes that we can use there. Append, authorization, comment, then create home, expires, force, generate SSH keys for that user, groups. Okay. If you directly want to check the examples, put / in capital, write example.
In capital, okay.
Yes. So we need these attributes. The module is user, and these are the attributes. First attribute is name, then comment if you want to put a comment name, then UID if you want to change UID, then group if you want to remove a user.
You create that as a playbook or what?
No, we don't need to create a playbook if you only want to add a single user. Like it is recommended that you should use a playbook, but right now, if we want to use it on the command line only, so we can use it.
Okay.
So let's go here and Ansible -m for module. Which module we want to use? User module. Then the attributes -a.
Oh, okay, attributes.
Name equals, let's say, let's create admin user on all these. Then next thing we need to provide is the state. If you want, like these are optional. If you want to provide comment, yes. So right now let's create with a single entry, just the name, and then the state is present on all the machines. Enter. So see here. It changed there, and if we see that, where did it go? Yeah. So create home, what's true. Group GID was 1003. UID is also 103. Shell which is provided is bin bash. Name of user is admin, and home directory is /home/admin. Okay. So let's fetch the details again. Was not in this terminal. Let's Ansible -m command -a. We want to tail with -3 on etc passwd on all the machines. Just hold on a minute. Okay, yeah, hello.
Yeah.
So if we see here, admin user has been added
Mm-hmm.
in all the machines.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to set the password for that user as well, so we need to provide the parameter with that user module only. Okay. Other than that, let's try to use this command ansible -m command module -a, and let's try to use echo command. Echo admin, then pipeline, and pass wd -std in for admin. And let's try to run it on a single machine first. I think it didn't work.
It did work, right?
No, it didn't work because like it just printed this content and echoed the content, nothing else.
Mm. I think you didn't put the name of the password name itself. Okay, that's echo the admin is the password.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You
It's
need to put okay. The same thing.
might be possible that echo command cannot be used like this in this module.
In this module, okay.
So let's try to use a different one. Let's try to check another module. That module is shell. So shell module takes the command followed by the list space delimited arguments. Let's go on examples. Okay, here we can run a script. Okay, shall execute the script. First, we need to send the script. Then command is ls-l. I think it should work like this. Let's try it. So ansible -m shell module -a, and attribute in that we have a command, and the command should be echo admin pipeline and pass wd -std in, and again admin on test. Let's see what happens. Su to lucky user first, and let's now try to switch to admin. Authentication failure. I didn't set
Yeah,
the
it
password.
doesn't work.
So we cannot set the password like this. We need to use the user module only. In that we have some parameters for password. Profile password log, and here it is. Optionally set the user's password to this encrypted value.
So the shell password, I mean that password that we see now, it encrypts the password you create, you use for that.
I think it needs the encrypted password directly.
Oh,
So
directly. Oh, okay, okay,
please
okay.
set the user's password to this encrypted value on Mac system. This value has to be clear text to disable, to create a disabled account on Linux system. Set this to this. OpenBSD. No. Let's try using it.
Hmm. So maybe I'm gonna pick it up from Shadow. The
No.
encrypted
Let's
password.
try using it directly. Like we just provide we'll provide the password in that password parameter. See whether it works. Here's the user module. Here it is. Password equals admin. Let's see whether it works or not. Value specified in no log parameter. Okay, what it did. ls/home admin is there. Switch user to lucky. Switch user to admin.
Oops, no.
Get that one. So like this, we can say these ad-hoc commands have limitations. Like if we wanted to set the password using a playbook, then we just need to provide the parameter, and that we can provide the password hash, like what
variable.
algorithm it should use to encrypt the password and the password in raw text. So in a playbook, we can set it easily, but via this
Ad-hoc.
ad-hoc, it is a little bit on the complex side. We need to try each and every module.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we are gonna do here is switch user, not switch, SSH on root @ AWS machine, and let's create a user here. User add lucky and set the password for lucky and done. So now all three machines have the user lucky, and now if I run a command like with this command module Ansible -m command -a, and we have a command ID. What it does?
It brings out the groups IDs, group
Yes.
ID,
The user ID, the group
user
ID of
ID,
that
and yeah,
particular.
yeah.
So what it is saying here is that this command was fired by root user. Correct?
Was defined by a root user.
Was run by root user on the systems, on
So
the
what?
managers.
Where does this indicate that?
Because like if we run ID command here, so it will
It
show you
has to
the
be.
ID of the current user who ran the command.
Oh, we got it. Okay, user ID. Yes. Okay.
So if we like run it with lucky user, it will show the ID of lucky user.
Lucky. Right.
So what we want to do here is we have this ansible.cfg, right?
Mm.
And in that, if we see here, the remote user is set as
Lucky.
root. We need to change it to lucky.
Lucky.
We want to change it to lucky. And if we run that
Again.
ID command again, it will give us error.
Mm.
Because we haven't done the key-based authentication on lucky user. Correct?
Yes.
So we need to send the key pair on lucky user as well. So SSH copy ID on lucky at AWS machine on 128 on 136 as well. And if we run the command now, Ansible -m command -a and then ID. So this time it worked.
It worked.
So there are some extra parameters, like if we want to add a user now, the remote user is set as lucky. We don't want to change that. But now we want to add a user on the remote machine, on the managed host. So is it possible?
It won't be possible because Lucky is a regular user. It needs to be added to use sudo or
Correct.
added to the wheel group.
So if he tries to add it now, let's say name ABC and state present on all. So if lucky user tries to add a new user on all the machines, he'll get an error. Right. Sorry, we are not running a command. We want to use the user module. So in user module, the attributes are name and state is present. Enter. So we got the error, and the errors are permission denied, permission denied, and permission denied. Okay. So you are correct that we need to add the entry for this lucky user in the sudoers file so that he can run the commands via sudo on any of the machines. Correct.
So I have a question. So sudo, let's say it's not part of the sudoers, right? But we put him to be able to run user add command. Oh, okay, it's the same thing, right? Yeah. We just specify user add for him to be able to add user.
Yeah.
Did he need to put sudo again or just run it straight?
No, like if we add it in sudo, after that, if we run it with Ansible, he don't need to use sudo again because Ansible
Oh,
do the sudo work automatically.
okay, got it. But if it is a regular account, it needs sudo.
Yeah, we need sudo again and again.
Okay.
So first, for making the entries in sudoers file via Ansible, we need to change the remote user to root again because only root user can change anything in sudo. So
Yes.
save the file first, and we want to add a line, and that line needs to be this, like the username will be lucky, then all equals to all, no pass wd all. So that means lucky user will be able to run all the commands on all the machines without asking for any password.
That's good.
So we want to send this line in sudoers file. So we want to add a line in sudoers file, and for adding a line, adding a text in any of the file via Ansible, we have a module for that, and that module is line in file.
Mm,
So this module is mainly used for adding a new line in a file.
into file.
If you want to
Okay.
add a block of lines, multiple lines,
Mm-hmm.
module is block in file. If you want to copy a file, you will use copy module, or if you want to replace some content, you will use.
This model.
So let's go to
So
example.
the replace is working like SED, set command.
Yes, correct. Okay. So here we want to like add a new line. This one is also acting as SED because it is also used for changing
SED.
the content.
Right. Yeah.
Here it is. Add a line to a file if the file does not exist. Okay. So we just want to add a line and we know that the file exists. So we will just provide the path and the line parameter. That's it.
Okay.
So
But they're
here,
gonna be in the code.
no, yeah, they will be in the code because we are running it on command
Ad-hoc.
line ad hoc.
Ad-hoc.
So Ansible -m line in file module -a for attribute. Then path of the file is /etc sudoers. And the line that we want to add is this one.
So the line, when you're trying to put the line, it has to be in a single quote.
Yes, because if we put double quotes here, so what will happen? It will start from here and it will end at here.
Oh, I see. I see.
So let's just write all, and before running this command, let me use the command module and check the last 3 lines of sudoers file. We'll
Okay.
be able to make sure whether the entries have been made or not. Tail
You're trying
hyphen
to verify it.
yes, sudoers and on all. So these are the last 3 lines, and let's run that command now. And let's check it again. It has been added. That means now lucky user should be able to run commands via sudo. Like in my current machine, I want to remove this Jaipur user. User del -r Jaipur. And let's try to use sudo. If the permission have been provided, we will be able to remove it.
That is TJ.
We have an error.
Yeah, so are you're trying to remove it using root?
No. Oh, sorry.
We're supposed to use Lucky, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to change to Lucky.
Correct. But before that, we already have an error there. So let's check the error. What's the error in
Okay.
C? Sudoers. Okay, this is the error. Like we wrote it backwards. We first put the brackets and then here. Okay, it should be first all
It should be
without
all
bracket.
and then the bracket. Oh, I see. Let's do it. Don't do it that way. Go back to the
Right.
go back and remove it. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's remove it and use it. Use Ansible.
Let's use the line and file, and we need to check the regular expression this time, and we need to replace it.
Right. Replace. Where's the replace? Okay.
Here it is.
Name.
Okay.
Replace line 5 part.
Let's use this one. So regular expression and then the line that we want to replace.
Want to express. Okay. Okay.
So in this module, where did it go? Line and file, path.
When you're putting it there, I'm like, something is wrong right here, but I don't know what exactly it is.
Regular expression, let's put it as lucky. It should start with lucky. So
the caret sign, yeah.
Yes, and then lucky, and we want to replace it with lucky and all equals to all. And let's run this command.
So all you need is just the where you start from and then what you want to put there.
Correct.
Okay, not okay. Unlike the set command, we have to put everything and what you want to put.
Yes, the whole thing we need to.
The whole thing, yeah.
It has been changed. And let's switch to lucky user first and try to remove the user sudo user del -r lucky. Not
No,
lucky.
Jeppa.
Therefore,
Are you okay today?
-.
Yes, you're sleepy. Oh, you're doing that on purpose to try me, right?
No. Might be.
Yeah, like let me just try this guy. Let me know what he's doing.
Okay, so we weren't able to delete it.
Okay.
So now let's change the parameter in ansible.cfg again to lucky and save it. If we run this command again, ansible-m command-a id on all. So it is showing us the ID of lucky user.
Mm-hmm.
And now what we want, that this command should be executed by root user. Like it should use sudo permission to take privileges of root user and do the work. Because right now, if he tries to add a user using that user add module, user -a, and name of the user is abc, state is present. So currently he will not be able to do that.
Why?
Because the sudo permissions have been added in the respective systems, but Ansible is not aware that whether Lucky should use sudo or not, whether Lucky is able to use sudo or not. Got it? The system know that Lucky can use sudo to run the command, but Ansible doesn't know. So if we want to tell Ansible that Lucky should be able to use privileges of root user, for that we need to add some extra parameters in ansible.cfg.
Okay.
And those parameters will be copied from the main configuration, the privilege escalation parameter. If we go to the main configuration, etc ansible, and here if we search for privilege underscore, here they are. Just a minute. Hello?
Say that one time.
Uh, uh, Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The screen is visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Where were we? Yes. So we wanted to copy these privilege escalation parameters.
Okay.
So copy and paste. We'll understand them one by one what they are. Okay. So first one is become equals to true. That means here it is telling that we are telling Ansible that it can use these parameters, and how it will become the root user, how it will escalate the privileges it have by using sudo. And when it uses sudo with whose users parameter it will whose privileges it will use, that is become user equals to root, and while it is doing that, it should not ask for the password.
Password.
Okay. So if we save it now, right now they are commented.
And
The lines
comments.
are. So for now we are not uncommenting them. I'm gonna
Why?
just
Okay, you want to try it and then do it again. Okay.
so like because we don't want this privileges to be used every time, correct?
Okay. Okay.
So if you want them like if you want to use them right now, you will directly write an extra option -b. So it will enable that become. So if it is enables that, it will escalate the privileges, and once it escalates the privileges, see the change. We didn't change the remote user, but before it was showing us lucky, now it is showing us root. So when we used this -b, or instead of -b, we can write become. So they will act
Yes.
the same
Okay.
way. So like if I want to add the user, so we'll write -b here. This will add that user on all the machines like they have been added.
So the B is to become a root user again.
Yeah, B is enabling this parameter, the one from Ansible CFG. It is this one. It is what it is doing is it is telling that become is equals to true. By default it is false, but when we use this -b, it says that the become parameter has been set as true, and once
Oh,
it has been set as true, it will use the next three parameters.
the necessary parameters. So it's wow. So we don't need to uncomment it
Yeah, if we uncomment it, then it will use those parameters for each
every
command.
time.
Right.
Okay, I see.
Like right now, here we didn't write -b. So this time it will only run the command with lucky user.
Lucky user.
So it is showing us the ID of lucky. If we like try to remove the user, so just like user add, we just need to change the state from present to absent, and we are not writing -b here. So this will give us error because that is commented there. If we change it in the configuration, if we uncomment it, uncomment everything, save
Then
it,
keep it true.
now it will always use that particular become parameter. Where it doesn't need it, even then it will use that.
Right.
So like for removing the user, we definitely need it, but we don't need it for this ID command, correct?
Yeah.
It will still use that, and it will show us the ID of that root user.
Root user. That place that this is still is somehow confusing somehow though.
Like mainly the issue will arise if you are creating files. Like let's use that we have a module, copy module, which can be used to create a file with a single line text. Okay. Instead of this, let's use copy. And if we check the example, So either you can copy a file from your system to the manage host, or you can directly create a file with a single line content like this. There you just need to write content and the destination. So let's use this copy module. Ansible -m copy module we want to use, and the attributes are content equals, this is a test file, and the destination is on slash, where does all users have permission? Let's create this in /home of lucky user. So /home/lucky, and the file name should be new file 1.
So will it create that file?
Yes, it will create that file right now, but let's check what will be the permissions, who will be the owner of that file. So that file has been created on all the machines. If we check the permissions of that file in /home/lucky, see here, from whose permission it is creating? Root permission, even though we set the remote user as lucky.
Lucky.
Why is it doing that? Because these parameters are not commented. If we comment them,
so it's not commenting, and it's using become user as root.
right, and it is using that every time.
Okay.
So like right now if we try to run the same command, let's create new file 2 this time. We don't even need to go there to check. We can directly check in the output only who is the owner and who is the group.
Right.
And if we go there and check anyway, so say here, new file 2's owner is lucky. And if you want that it should be run by root user by taking the privileges of root user, you can use
-b.
So that will.
So basically, the -b. Can we go to and check the -b option and see what it means? Maybe I'm just thinking it's to become root, right?
Yeah, become root, become some other user whose permission you don't have right now.
You don't have, yeah, okay.
And which user to become, we have already defined that part in our ansible.cfg. So the become user should be root. And how it will become that user? By using sudo. Okay. Then.
It's like a magic, man.
Yeah. So in some cases, it like makes our work very, very easy. But not in every case. Like if we are doing everything with these ad-hoc commands, it will be very complex. Okay. Because once we have run this command, after some time the history will start cleaning itself. After 1000 command history, it will start removing the previous history, right? Yeah. So these commands which we have written here will be lost. So that's why Ansible recommend that if you want to use these modules, use any module, it is better to create a playbook and use that playbook to perform the task.
And that one will be saved on the system.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it can be saved in the system. It can also be saved on the Galaxy, Ansible Galaxy website we have.
Or GitHub.
Yeah, or GitHub we can save it. So it will be easier to fetch it from anywhere. I don't have to remember it like the commands. We will just name them whatever we want and fetch them when we use it.
Right.
So in the next session, we'll see how to write our own playbooks.
Say that our own playbooks. Okay.
before that, let me write some module names. So try to go over these modules once.
Copy, place,
Line file, fetch, and block in file.
what does fetch do?
It fetches the data file from the remote system. Copies the data, copies the file from our system to remote machine. Fetch is just opposite of that. From remote machine to our machine, if you want to fetch a file, if you want to
You wrote
bring a
copy
file,
twice? You wrote copy twice.
yeah. So copy, replace, line in file, block in file, and command we have already seen. User we have already seen. Yeah, service and yum. Okay. So try to go over these once, then we'll use them in the playbooks that we will create.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, welcome. Let's close these. Quit. Close. Wait.
Before they get charged, you are charging you.
No, like it will not mainly. I still have free tier account for I think 4 or 5 months. But
Okay.
like when we do the practicals for this AWS, like tomorrow I need to teach that VPC. So in
Okay.
VPC, I deploy sometimes 4 or 5 instances. So somewhere in the mind it stays that it will get charged. So it is better to remove these. They also changed this billing section. Like before that, it was way better than this. You were able to see everything here, the
Right.
bills and the free tier usage and everything. Now you need to go separately.
Yeah, separate. Yes.
And they change everything without any kind of notification. So you sleep and you
Are you,
saw different thing, and
you are not
in
a
the
partner
morning
to
you
them.
thought,
Why would you? Why would they notify you?
right. So like
Amazon
sometimes
is
this
taking over the
happens.
whole world. They are
Hmm.
taking over the whole world.
Right. Sometimes like it happens in the sense like like not right now. Before when I started, I
Mm-hmm.
do practice in the evening, and I saw the S3 dashboard, and I saw everything. I saw all the topic, all the properties and everything. Then I was like, I'll teach this tomorrow, and I know everything. But when I woke up tomorrow and went to the class, it was
Something
offline.
changed.
Everything changed. So I was like, wait 5 minutes, guys. I need to also get familiarized with this.
Get yourself together.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
it,
goodness. That's where I'm going. I want to like if I get the everything set up package ready, I want to transfer to AWS so that I work as um, an engineer in the AWS. And I need all this Linux and the rest of it before I can transfer.
okay. So
All right.
let's
See you
keep it here.
tomorrow.
Yeah. See you
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.
You too.